FnaF and the Banban and FnaF, the two titans of the horror genre, both excelling in their own individual strengths and lack of weaknesses. But now we must ask the question, which is better? While the popular opinion that FNAF is the better franchise has been rampant, I don't believe in it, because I for one think that the status quo is bullshit. Because this is all a play by the Matrix to censor the geniuses that are the Euphoric brothers. So how about it? We compare the two greatest horror franchises ever created, and finally decide once and for all, which is better. Howdy there. So before we start, I'd just like to point out that there's a big percentage of you who are not subscribed that are watching my videos, so if you aren't, do it. Back with the video. First we need to look at the lore, because for a great horror game we need a great lore, and both games excel at this. Although let's hit a real point here, the FNAF lore has basically turned into complete dog shit now. Had the series ended after Ultimate Custom Night, it would have been perfect, but no, we had to bring Springtrap back. Dude, Vanny exists for a reason. Use her! Meanwhile, you have the Banban and FnaF, which is just... Here are the scores of both in this category. Now, the next category is the horror factor. Not the jump scares, I mean just things such as the atmosphere, which both excel at. Games such as FNAF 4 are absolutely terrifying. The sound effects and the visuals all work together to make an experience that makes it feel as if you truly are inside this environment, fighting off these animatronics. And the same can be said about the Banban and FnaF. So even with how scary FNAF is, it doesn't even come close to the peakness that is the Banban and FnaF. Third, the jump scares. Okay, so let me be clear. I have been a fan of FNAF since 2014. It may have been scary back then, but now it's disappointing. This is not scary. This, however, I have shat myself. 10 out of 10. The music obviously goes to Banban. Sure, FNAF has some hits here and there, especially with games such as Pizzerias, aka the best FNAF game, but come on. Even if you don't like the Banban and FnaF, you have to admit that Banban's soundtrack are genuinely fucking amazing. And lastly, of course, we have the designs. There's no reason to even argue. Scott Cawthon and the Euphoric brothers are both legends for many reasons, and one of them is their godlike designs. Because without these great designs, it simply is impossible to feel scared in the game. So for that reason, it is a 10 out of 10 for both. And now, we finally come to the final score to decide now truly which horror game is the best. And the award for greatest horror series of all time goes to the Banban and FnaF.